What is going on, guys? Ford here, and I am bringing you some more Black Ops. This game I go 67-7, I think, with 0 caps and 5 defense. Now, I do go for the B flag in the beginning here, but I do die, so don't get all raggedy-daggedy on me because I didn't cap any fucking flags. I'm not a person that likes to triple cap. I like, just getting the 2 flags, defending them, and killing a lot of people. So, whatever, I'm going to upload it anyways because it was a good game. And I was running around a lot, and, sometimes you'll see me, posting up in an area just because I know they're spawning over at A or C or whatever.
I got them all.
So, let's get into what I actually want to talk about tonight. So, what I want to talk about tonight is an old high school teacher of mine. It was actually a math teacher. Now, this guy was really cool. He would always joke around with his students, make fun of them, and all that kind of bullshit. He can give it and he can take it, But he was the kind of person that when it reached a point, he was not taking any bullshit. And of course, me being in high school, I never knew when to shut my mouth. So, as he liked to call it, I got to ride the bus a lot of the times. And what it was, he would kick you out of class and you had to go sit out in the hallway. Well, once you're out in the hallway, you actually lose 2% off of your final grade. So if you got 100% in the class and you got kicked out once, you could only get 98%. It was still an A, but you could only get 98%. Well, I got kicked out where I actually lost 26% of my final grade. So basically, I needed to get about 100% to actually get a C. Now, I actually never minded when this guy would kick me out. Now, he always said he was checking on people when he would kick them out. And he did check on every once in a while. But I would always have a buddy or two, or I would even go myself to the cafeteria, because during that time, there was 3 different times you can go to the cafeteria. I guess there was people who had different lunch times. I don't know. It was kind of weird in my high school because it was just a big high school. And I don't know if you all have that in your high schools, but we had 3 different lunch times. So you could actually go to the cafeteria during like your 4th period, your 5th period, or your 6th period. And I believe I had it on my 5th period. I had math. So sometimes I would go down and I would go get these French fries, and they were actually called curly fries, and they were amazing. I loved them. And sometimes I get pizza, or the cookie ice cream they always made, or I would get something, and I would hang out there for a little bit, and then actually come before the bell rang, and sit back out in the hallway. And the thing was, he only checked when he was bringing you back into the class. He would never just randomly go check out the door. And trust me, I got kicked out enough of the times to realize when he was going to check and when he wasn't going to check. Now, this guy, I don't know if he was like a super fanboy of Freddy Krueger, but during the wintertime, he had a striped shirt for every single day of the class, and it was like the Freddy Krueger style with the green and the red and all that kind of shit. And I would call him, Krueger all the time because that's all he freaking wore. But this guy was amazing. Now, I used to be the class clown. I love making people laugh, and he understood that, and I actually did get a C in his class. I aced the final, and I think I finished with like a 72% after he actually took off like the 26%. It was fucking nuts. I thought I was going to fail the class, but, maybe maybe I didn't, ace the final. Maybe I only got a B or something. But he gave it enough where I got a C in the class, which I thought was really cool. Now, it could have been my own working, but I don't know. I was never a really good test taker. I'm not those kind of people. Like if you're doing it in class, I know the material right away, but then, down the line when it's finals or midterm or whatever, I always forget the same old shit, and I'm too lazy to fucking study. So I would always forget like the material and try and remember it, at the end. But I was never a very good test taker at all. But I don't know, it's kind of weird. Now, I guess I still got some more time, so I'll tell you another high school class that I had, and it was actually biology. And like I said, I was a class clown, but I never got into too much trouble. I used to go to the disciplinary office or principal, whatever you guys call it, almost once a week, probably around 2 to 3 times a week. It was, and I would always just kick out of class and say, yeah, go sit with the principal. All right, no problem, whatever. And they knew me and they knew I wasn't a bad kid. It's just I acted out a lot of the times. Well, of course, in this biology class, I get seated with the worst kind of people possible. I mean, they were just like badass motherfuckers, like drinking already and getting into fights, and it was a bad crowd. And of course, I got put up with them. And the second day of class, and this was in the beginning of the year, the second day of class, one of the kids decided to steal the scale that was in the science class. And this thing is like $100. It was very fancy or whatever. So each one of us get pulled down to the disciplinary office, and they have to search our bags, they search our locker, they don't find it. But of course, when I get called down there, they ask me, do I know who took it? I was like, no, sir. When I left the table, it was still there. Even though I know who took it, I'm not going to tell them that. I'm not, a fucking rat or whatever. It's fucking jail or whatever. And I would, they searched my bag, and at this time I was a senior in high school, and I was a smoker. I had cigarettes in my backpack, and they're like, "What are these?" I'm like, "Well, they're cigarettes. I'm 18 years old. I can smoke cigarettes legally." And they're like, "Well, you can't have them on the school premises, and you're gonna get 3 days of in-school suspension for having cigarettes." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm legal to fucking vote. I'm legal to fucking smoke. And you're gonna cite me for fucking having cigarettes in my backpack? And then you want me to tell you who took the fucking scale? Are you fucking kidding me? Go fuck yourselves. And I actually did snap at the disciplinary guy, the head disciplinary guy, and I was fucking swearing. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. There's no way I should get in trouble for this fucking shit. Why am I gonna have to sit? And I don't know if you guys know what in-school suspension is, but it is, from 8 to 3, you were sitting in a fucking study hall the whole time. You can't talk or anything. And for me being a class clown, I have to be interactive. And it fucking killed me. So the game's coming to an end, guys. Don't smoke, don't do drugs, don't be a badass or whatever. I don't know what the fucking meaning of this commentary is. Till next time, later.